Hello and welcome to my channel, On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And let's find out what's been on the hook. I have so much to get to today. I'm going to jump right in, but before I do, please like this video. That helps me so much. And I hope you would subscribe and hit the notification bell. So when I send out a video or even a post about something that might be appearing in my Etsy shop, then you will know when that happens. So just an FYI, if you don't know, the project bags that I offered a few weeks ago have finally been shipped, and so I'm supposed to have those this week. And if I get those and they're okay, and I get them in and I take a look at them and I make sure everything's all right, I will post a YouTube post. If y'all know what that is, it's just a post that goes out on YouTube, and if you're notified, you will see that, and I will tell you when they're going to be available in the Etsy shop. And when that happens, I will click the Etsy shop and they'll be available. So those of you who wanted one last time, and I ran out, and I apologize for that, but I only had 5 bags. So maybe I'll have more coming in, and that way you can order one if you want one. So the posting will be on Etsy at the time that I talk about it on my YouTube post. So you'll be sure to get it. If you're subscribed and you've hit the notification bell, you will receive that notification. Now, let's get into the show. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you had a great weekend. I did. I always do. So it's been great. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Peg Chandler. Peg gave me the permission to use her last name. She's from Illinois. Peg, you know who you are, and thank you so much. She sent me a huge box, and in that box are 5 crochet surprise boxes unopened. Or actually, I think she opened them, but she couldn't use them, so she closed them back up and she sent them to me. There are 5 boxes, and we'll talk about that on our giveaway today as well. And she also sent me 2 cakes of It's a Wrap by Red Heart. It's a fingering weight yarn, beautifully done. I've used it before in a crochet surprise box, actually. One of their earliest ones last year. They had a beautiful shawl, and I made it. It was quite gorgeous, and it was made with It's a Wrap. So we'll be talking more about that in the giveaway today as well. But Peg, thank you so much for sending that wonderful box full of goodies to me. I appreciate it so much. And she also sent me this cute card. And these are 2 dogs that have been buried in the sand. They're having a great time. You know how you do when your parents allow you to bury them in the sand on the beach. So I thought that was really cute. They've got on their sunglasses and all. It just looks like so much fun. Peg, thank you for that card. Thank you for the box. Thank you for all the items that I can give away. And she encouraged me to do so, so I'm going to give those away. Now, we'll talk about that more in the giveaway portion of my show. Quickly today, what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the City Shadows pullover, and I love this. I love this sweater. And what I want to tell you about it first is how comfortable it is. I really love it. It's made from City Tweed, and that's from Knit Picks. It's easy to find. I'll put a link to it down in the description box. Not sponsored, but I have made several patterns and sweaters from City Tweed. I also use the worsted size, but this is the DK size. Really love this. It is so comfortable. It's now warmed up and it feels really good. I have on a tank top under it just to stay warm because it's in the 20s today, but I really like it. It's a different kind of sweater. And let me show you the sleeves first of all. These are my favorites because I made these out of triad stitches, and I started right at the edge here where I started the sleeve. And the sleeve is made from triad stitches like you do on a granny square. I believe that's where most people use those. But I decided to use those in a row around, crocheting around. And if you can see that, I use that for the sleeve. If it's really cold, I'll wear this with a turtleneck and, of course, long sleeves. And you won't be able to see my skin through it. But I thought I would show it this way today. I also have a trim in a coordinating color, and then finishing up with the main color of the sweater for the edging, and love it. It is so comfortable, and a lot of people have made this. However, I left out how to do the neckline edging, but it's so simple. I did add it to the pattern. Anyone who buys this from now on out will get the new pattern. Anyone who's bought the pattern, hasn't made it, maybe you bought the City Shadows pattern, I will resend the page that I updated the other day. I will resend that to you. So just email me at Jeannie@onthehookcrochet and I will do that for you. If you've already bought it, I'll send you page 13, which is the page that I've edited. So be sure to do that if you have bought the pattern and you want to know how to do neckline edging. It's not difficult. I actually decreased here at the V and once on each shoulder and one in the back on the first row of single crochet. The second row is just crochet around single crochet. So if you can remember that, or you write it down, jot it down, you don't have to email me for the page. Susan emailed me. Thank you, Susan. You know who you are. And thank you for emailing me that. And I had totally left out the neckline edging, so I've added that to the pattern. Thank you so very much. This is City Shadows, and I'm going to stand up and show you how it fits and the ease that I used in making this. All right, and I'm getting a little bit closer here so you can see it better. I usually go back in the back, but that's because of the angle of my camera. So I have adjusted the angle of the camera so you can see a little bit better. This is an 8-inch ease, and I have 2 inches on the front here on each side, 2 inches on the back that I've added, and that's called ease, and I've added that to my sweater. This also has a little bit of a contrast edge around the bottom, and then I finished up with the main color just like I did on the sleeve. So I'm trying to keep it symmetrical like that, and then I used a contrasting color around the neck, and that gives the sweater symmetry, and I just really like it. I think it turned out so nice, and of course the yarn that I used is very, very lovely. Now, as a substitute for this, you could make this in a worsted yarn, and my suggestion would be to make it out of Heartland Tweed. That is the closest that I can imagine to the City Tweed, which is more expensive. You can get the Heartland Tweed from Lion Brand or Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description box to the particular color that I used for another sweater that I'm going to talk about here in a few minutes. So I just wanted you to see this. This is the back. This is what it looks like. It has some triad stitches around the bottom as well to mimic those on the sleeve. So I tried to make it all symmetrical. I really like the look of this sweater, and it's also very comfortable. Now, continuing on, last week we talked about best value yarn, and that is a yarn by Mary Maxim. I don't know where she gets it. I think it's Turkey. Actually, it is Turkey, Mary Maxim, and I love Mary Maxim. Last week I received an email from Mary Maxim, and they had free shipping. So I bought some best value with free shipping, and it was a bargain. It really was. It wasn't, I think these were maybe $6 or $5 a skein, but on each skein are a lot of yards, 342 yards of worsted. So this is the color I'm using to make a new cardigan out of, and it's the Lucy Cardigan, L-U-C-Y, Lucy Cardigan, and Crystal's going to model that in 1 second, but I wanted to show you the yarn that I use. This is Best Value by Mary Maxim. Love it, love it, love it. It is soft and it's easy to crochet with. It doesn't split. It's a very high quality yarn for a very affordable price. So you might consider using this for one of my sweaters, a sweater pattern you might want to make that's maybe a little longer, you need more yarn, and you could buy 2 or 3 skeins of this, and 3 skeins would probably do it. That'd give you over 1,000 yards. And if you're a size medium, now you might need 4 skeins. If you're a little bit larger, fine, it's not that expensive. And for the cost of a sweater for you to make, it's a really good bargain. It really is. I love this yarn. I haven't seen anything about it that I don't like. So this is Best Value. It is 100% acrylic. This is called Neutral Ombre. And again, this is a 170 grams. So that's a pretty good size skein of yarn. And you can find this on Mary Maxim's website. Best Value yarn, not sponsored. Now, I mentioned last week that I wanted to buy some more of this, so I decided to buy the Ombre again in the spring ombre color, and this is what it looks like. It came today. It's pink and green. This is several shades of pink and green. Several shades of green and pink, and that's why they called it spring ombre. Very beautiful. Let me get that up there so you can see it. I haven't, of course, made anything from this, but I bought 3 skeins of this, and with free shipping, it was not expensive. And I'm really enjoying the free shipping. Every time I see that, I try to figure out if there's something I need from that website. I know y'all do the same thing, or you think about doing it anyway. So I want to show you what I've made in the neutral ombre. I've not finished it, so Crystal is going to model this morning. This is the neutral ombre, Mary Maxim. There's the yarn, and this is what it looks like made up. And I showed this last week, so if you watch me, you probably have seen this. I'll crochet an edging along here, so just kind of ignore this. This is not beautifully straight or anything, but it will be once I get the edging on. But this is how I have it so far. I finished the yoke, and I'm getting ready to split the yoke and grab it under here. You on a top-down cardigan as well as a pullover, you will make the yoke to fit you, and I will tell you how to do that. And then you will connect it under the arm, and then you'll crochet around the bottom and keep going until you have the body of the cardigan finished, or the pullover. And then it's really easy going from there. But this is what it looks like on the back. I really love this yarn. I think that's so beautiful. Look at that. And the colors are perfect. There's a little bit of blue in here, so you can wear this with jeans. And there's some black, so you can dress it up with some black pants. And you can wear it with a cream turtleneck, black turtleneck, blue turtleneck, beige turtleneck. I mean, this is very, very versatile. And again, love this yarn. Love this yarn. So I hope the spring turns out as pretty. I will probably give that the same try as I did this one. I don't know, it might be a pullover. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet. And what I'll do is just crochet around the bottom until I finish the body, and then we'll put some sleeves in it. I'm not sure if I want to put full sleeves in, 3/4 sleeves. I'm not really sure. Now, if you remember last week, I gave away 4 cakes of shimmery yarn by Lion Brand. That's this yarn right here. It's called Shimmery. Let me hold that steady there. It's by Lion Brand, shimmery yarn, and it's a bulky 5, 219 yards on the cake. It is acrylic yarn, 99% acrylic. There's no wool in this. So I wanted to show you what I've done with that. I received 4 cakes of this from a girl on Etsy, and they are in the color Supernova. Supernova. I really like that. It's a lot of these colorways it's now been discontinued, but a lot of the colors were named after stars. So, like the blue was called Blue Moon. This is called Supernova. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It didn't occur to me until I start working with this. But Crystal is now going to model as far as I've gotten on here, this is with the Supernova bulky in the Winter Stripes pattern. Now I don't have it right here because I have it in a bag somewhere, but my Winter Stripes pattern that I rolled out last week, and y'all seem to really, really love. I appreciate that so much. The Winter Stripes pattern is pretty versatile, so I decided to make this particular sweater out of that pattern. I'm just doing it all in one color, and the one color is a self-striping yarn. This is shimmery, and that's what it looks like when you crochet it. Let me get Crystal up here a little closer, and there she is. Now the stripes are not perfect because it's a self-striping yarn, but I do love the way that they are continuous around the sleeve and around the back. I do like that. Now I'll tell you one thing I did with this pattern. I crocheted it with 1 less chain under the arm. Now if you'll notice, this is not a tight fit, but it's tighter than my Winter Stripes pattern. So you'll have to experiment with how large you want the sweater to be across the bust line. This is a much tighter fit than Winter Stripes. I put a little bit more ease in the Winter Stripes, and I think it was just 1 chain more under the arm. So it really does add a lot when you place 2 or 3 or 4 chains under the arm. You can really loosen that up under the arm so that it's not tight across your bust. Winter Stripes is the perfect fit. I got the really perfect fit, and I thought, well, I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller, and it turned out to be too small for my love. I just didn't love it that much. I like the way it fits. It fits nicely, but I like a little bit looser sweater. So on about the 3rd row from the underarm, and those of you who bought the pattern, and if you've made it, you'll know what I'm talking about. On the 3rd row down, I added a stitch under each arm. I just increased 1 stitch under each arm, and look at the difference it makes. See how much looser it is right there than it is right there. So rather than rip all this out, I just said, well, it'll just be a little tighter under the arm, but I'm going to make it a little more loose for the body. So that's what I did. And see, I have probably 8 inches of ease in here now, and that's perfect for me. I like it about an 8-inch ease in my sweaters. So Crystal has modeled my beautiful new bulky shimmery winter stripes sweater, and really like it. I like the way this looks. Mr. On the Hook gave his thumbs up on that. So and I crochet always when we're watching football or something like that, and I do sit with him, but I do crochet, and every so often I'll say, do you like this? What do you think about this? And he'll say, I really like that, or no, I'm not really excited about that. So he is very honest with his opinions, but this one he really liked. I think guys like these colors too because they're subtle, and black and brown are good guy colors, but they're also good lady colors too. I love these colors. And you could wear this with some black jeans or a black skirt to church. That would be so beautiful. And you wouldn't really even need a turtleneck with this, but if it's really cold, you could wear a turtleneck under it, and it would bring out that black stripe. I just really like this. So this is my newest creation in the bulky size yarn using the same pattern, winter stripes. So you can use it with any size yarn that you want. And I'm making this particular bulky with an L hook, an 8.0 millimeter hook that I made using the worsted yarn as well. And this gives it a little bit closer weave, and that's not exactly what I was going for. I probably could have gone up one more hook size, but I decided to go ahead and keep going. So I used an L hook with this and used the bulky yarn and my winter stripes pattern. So there you have it. This is Crystal modeling my new winter stripes pattern in bulky yarn. Now my very next pattern that I'm going to publish is the Canyon Pullover, and the Canyon Pullover is made with 2 Heartland yarns from Lion Brand, not sponsored. This is Heartland Brand, and Joshua Tree is the colorway. Love this colorway, so gorgeous. And then I'm using as the contrasting color the Black Canyon Tweed, and that's this color right here. And this crochets up so beautifully. I love Heartland yarn. It's a high quality yarn, I think. It's quite beautiful, and it's actually acrylic and rayon, so it's 94% acrylic and 6% rayon. It gives it a nice little bit of a drape. This is what it looks like, and more than likely I'll have on a black tank under this, or maybe even a turtleneck. A turtleneck looks really pretty with this black. A black turtleneck brings out the black contrasting band. So there's a contrasting band at the top and a specialty stitch on the body. And then around the bottom is also a really pretty band that matches the top band. So there you have your symmetry. And I really like it. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. I love this Heartland yarn. Now I have put in 1 sleeve so far, and I've crocheted it probably to right here on my arm. So that's how far I have gotten on the sleeve. And I'm going to take it down and put a band at the bottom, and it'll probably be long sleeves because I want to wear this with a black turtleneck or a long sleeve t-shirt. And I don't like it when they're sticking out the bottom, although I do wear mine like that every now and then. I really prefer the sleeve to be all the way to the wrist. Now, you can make it short if you want to, and I think a 3/4 sleeve with a band would be quite gorgeous in this. But I think I'm going to take it all the way down to the wrist. We'll see. When I start looking at it, I might change my mind, but more than likely, I'm past the point of the 3/4 sleeve, and I'll probably just go ahead and finish the sleeve, put a band at the bottom, and make the other one to match, and I'll be all done. So I am writing this pattern right now as I go along. I'm making sure that increasing and decreasing is not difficult. Now, if you look at this, see, I think I used 3 chains right here. Now see how much larger this is on Crystal, and of course on me it would be too. Let me hold this out for you. This is how it looks. It's probably, maybe it has the 8-inch ease under the arm already, not later on, but right at the underarm. So get Crystal over here where you can see her. Look at this now. I used more chains here so you can see that there's much more ease under the arm. That is very, very important, very important. this is where you place your ease, right here. After you join the arm and you add chains under here, this is how much ease you're going to have under your arm. So if you like a lot of ease, then add some chains under here. Make sure after a row or two after that you try it on. Try it on over your head, get it just right, and make sure that there's enough room under the arm for you. If there's not, rip it out to the joining area right there, rip it out, and then do it again and add or subtract chains as you want. So that's where you can determine the amount of ease in your sweater. I think the yoke is pretty much a given on everybody. I've got mine down to a kind of a science, so I know how many rows, or how far I can go. I know what my measurements are, and I talk about that in my pattern. So I will also put the measurements in the Canyon Pullover, and that way you can get it just right to fit you. So I hope you like it. I'm really loving this. It's really, really beautiful, and I think that's a function too of the beautiful yarns that I'm using. Heartland yarn. It is not expensive. You can sometimes get it on sale, and not often, but you can get it on sale, and I think it's even at Amazon. And I'll see if I can find a link, and I'll put one down in the description box for you to take a look at the Heartland yarn. But I think it's on Lion Brand website, all the different colors, so you can look out there and see which ones you like. I have one more thing to say about the Heartland yarn Canyon Pullover. I'm using a 7.0 millimeter hook that is not as big as an L hook, or this pink one that I'm using on the bulky yarn, the shimmery yarn. I'm using a smaller hook. This is a 7.0 millimeter by Clover. Love it, love it. It's a little bit smaller than the pink hook, just a tiny bit smaller on the hook right there. You can see it, just a tiny bit smaller, but it does make a difference. So I'm using that particular hook on the Canyon Pullover. Now I have two more segments I want to talk about. I hope I'm not making this way too long, but these have been piling up and I wanted to show them to you. Every so often I receive a flyer from some of the larger yarn companies and just general crafting companies. Of course, I get the Mary Maxim catalog, and it doesn't cost anything, and they send these out, and there's so many great ideas in here, especially if you're a multi-crafter. If you put puzzles together, you do diamond painting, you crochet, you knit. There's also other crafts in here, woodworking, making calendars for next year. I think you add sequins and things to those. There's also plastic canvas work and cross stitch, everything in this magazine. And it comes free as a catalog to me. They don't charge me anything. And I encourage you to go out to Mary Maxim and sign up for their free catalog if you don't get this already. It's fun, and if you don't want it, you can just recycle it, not a problem. And that's what I do, but I always look through here to see if there's something that's interesting to me. So that's a recommendation from On the Hook. Go out to Mary Maxim and get their catalog, and you can flip through there and kind of dog-ear the pages. That's what I do anyway. So Mary Maxim also sent me this special catalog, and this is catalog of Lion Brand yarns that they carry in their catalog, or on their website. And it shows all the different yarns that Lion Brand carries that Mary Maxim will place on their website and sell through Mary Maxim. But this is Heartland Thick and Quick. That's just like the Heartland yarn that I'm using, only it's very, very fat. It's probably a 6, I would imagine. It's a 6. They have Touch of Alpaca. There's a page of Scarfie on here. Of course, I've used Scarfie on a couple of cardigans that I did a few months ago. Those are, all the colors are in here. Date Nights is in here. I released a pattern with Date Nights. I love their yarn, I do, and I'm not sponsored at all by Lion Brand. But I just wanted to bring this to you. This is in conjunction with the Mary Maxim catalog. So when they send the catalog out, or if you order something from Mary Maxim, they will send you, along with your package, they'll send this to you. This is a very nice quality catalog of all the Lion Brand yarns that they carry. And so it's really, really nice to have this just to look at. That's what I do. I just look at it. And I have 3 of those, so I'll probably send those out with my giveaway winners this week and next. I'll just do that because I don't need 3 of those. Knit Picks is also another one that has a really nice catalog of yarns, and these are upscale yarns. Some of them are hand dyed, most of them are manufactured, but I wanted to show you this page. This is the City Tweed page. It's so beautifully done, and this has all the City Tweed colors in the catalog, so you can see all the different colors that you can use to crochet an outfit. Sometimes they're on sale, and this is made from City Tweed in the DK size. It also comes in worsted, and I think they even have a bulky. I don't know. I think it does. Wool of the Andes is also another yarn that I see a lot of people on YouTube that make sweaters. Most of them are knitters, but you know, there's nothing wrong with crocheting a sweater out of something really, really nice. So if you find a pattern that you really like and you know exactly how much yarn you need, it's great to look at one of these and say, you know, I'm going to save up to make that because I want to make one of my sweaters in a really, really nice yarn. And there's a beautiful example right there. That's not crocheted, but crocheters can make just as beautiful sweaters as knitters. I really believe that. I think we can do just as well, and also with cowls and scarves and those kinds of things. So Knit Picks is another one. They'll send you a free catalog. All you have to do is click on to their website and go out, and I think you just sign up for it. I think you obviously have to give them your address, but that's okay. Hirschner's is another one. This one came last week. This is very much similar to Mary Maxim. It has the same, some of the same exact items in here. It has yarns in here from all the different companies. DMC thread for cross stitching. It has all this, and it's got, of course, puzzles and diamond painting and all that. So Hirschner's is another one that you can get a catalog from, and then you can leaf through it, and then you can just recycle it. Now, last probably October, maybe earlier than that, maybe it was September, we all found this crochet calendar. May have been early. It was earlier in the year. I'm sorry. It was way earlier in the year. We found this, and a lot of YouTubers were making the things out of it. And I made a few things in here, and then I got distracted, of course, doing patterns and things. But I did like the photography, and I did like the patterns. Now, this is not in the calendar. This is a beautiful wreath that's done with all different kinds of flowers that are crocheted. Of course, this is a crochet calendar. Now, it has all the patterns in the back, and you've seen me talk about this before. These are all paper patterns in the back that explain how to make all the patterns, one on each month, one for each month. And we started out with January, and we all did this. And look at this little mobile. That's cute. It's got little bees, and I think Pamela's Adoring Crochet. She made a bunch of little bees and put them in a basket for one of her nephews, maybe. I'm sorry, Pamela, if I got that wrong, but I remember that you made that, but you didn't hang it onto a mobile. This is also one that I wanted to make, and I never got around to it, of course, but I may eventually get around to this, making this tote. It's quite lovely, and I love the colors that they've used and how they've used them in there, and it doesn't look like it would be very hard to crochet. Now, a lot of you have said, where can I get this calendar? And I said, you can't get it anymore because I've looked everywhere, can't find it, even on eBay or anywhere like that. I couldn't find this calendar. So one of my subscribers wrote to me and said that there was a book that had those calendar patterns in it. And I went right out to Amazon and I bought it. I'll put a link down in the description box for you if you're interested in this. This is called 12 Months of Crochet with Red Agape, and that is the company or the girls' business who did the crochet calendar. Now, the calendar was published, this calendar was published by someone else, but they used this crocheter's patterns. And what she did was in 2018, she published this book. And yeah, it was first published in 2018. The calendar came out in 2021. And her name is Mandy O'Sullivan, really talented young lady. And she wrote a lot of patterns. And in here, she puts them into the seasons. So I can see where they got that calendar from. The calendar idea was to publish patterns that were appropriate to the month that you were looking at. So this is a book of 12 patterns that some of them are in the Crochet Calendar. And I thought if y'all were really interested, you might take a look at this. I wanted to show it to you and a few things that are in here as well. It's very beautifully done. The photography is gorgeous, just like it is on the calendar. Look at that. It's really pretty photography. And I wanted to show you a couple of things in here. First of all, the spring bouquet wreath, which was on the front of, I hate to keep showing you this, but I'm going to. The one that's on the front of the Crochet Calendar. See that beautiful wreath? That pattern was not in the Crochet Calendar. It was on the front, but it wasn't in the calendar. But here she actually did the pattern, and this is not all the flowers. You can put on all those flowers if you want to, and you can buy a heart-shaped wreath if you want to and put the flowers on there if you want to, but all the flower patterns are in here. And this is called the spring wreath. It's called the spring wreath, and the pattern is actually in the book. All these patterns are in this book. Now let me show you another one. This is the kiwi fruit popcorn cushion, and this was in the Crochet Calendar. That is a cute pattern. Now there are lots of pictures in here that show you how to do it. There are lots of photographs that show you how to make this kiwi cushion, and I like it more and more as I see it, but I don't have anywhere to put this, so I don't know if I would even crochet that, but I imagine that some of you would like to do that. This is also a hexagon starlot dancer ornament. This is an ornament that is the idea is taken and made a tree from in the actual calendar. So they've taken this pattern and used it to make a tree, and I think she even shows that in here. Yes, it's a Christmas tree hexagon cushion, and she's showing this is the one that's in the calendar. But what I like about this book, in addition to the beautiful photography, is that there are lots of photographs of the progress that you make as you're crocheting. Here's an example right here. I don't want to show the pattern, but here are some photographs that show you exactly what your piece should look like as you move along through the pattern. And I think that's very, very helpful. Very helpful. Love photographs very much. And again, that autumn tote bag is in here. And it shows a lot of photographs about how to get it started. Those were the ones I just showed you. That is the autumn tote bag. And all the pictures are in here. There are lots of photographs. That autumn tote bag is about 4 pages worth of this book. So I think you would like it. It's got some really beautiful patterns in here, some that are not in the Crochet Calendar, some that are, but you might give it a whirl. It's about $15. I felt like it was well worth the price. It's a hardbound book. You can put it in your library and reach for it if you want to do something different, or if you have a special pattern in here that you really love. It's worth it, I think. I know that's a lot of money, but to publish a book is also a lot of trouble. It's a lot of hard work, and it takes a lot of money to do that as well. So I feel vindicated in spending that much on one of these books. So more about that in the giveaway portion of my show. Now, very quickly, let's look at the Knitcrate box that came this month. Love Knitcrate, not sponsored at all, but I wanted to show you what came to me. Now, I don't even know what type of yarn I've signed up for it, and you know, I don't go out there every month and change it. I just take whatever they send me, because sometimes it's a pleasant surprise. So this particular month is called Cabin Retreat. It's very beautiful, 2 colors of yarn, and that's all, just 2 colors of yarn. And this is one of the colors. This is flannel wool, and it's called Audine Wool's Flannel by Knitcrate. There it is. And it is flannel. It is so soft. It is quite soft, I have to say. This is the colorway Buffalo. Let me get it up there where you can see it. This is the colorway Buffalo. It's 47% Surrey alpaca, 38% alpaca wool, 15% non-superwash merino wool, and this is a DK weight yarn. It's a DK weight yarn, and it's kind of a purplish, reddish, brownish. I can't really put my finger on it, but I do love the way it looks, and it's very, very soft. And of course, I'm tempted to buy some more of this to make a sweater, but I have so many sweater quantities up there on my stash board that I really don't think I'm going to do that. I might do something different with this. This is DK yarn, so there are 2 hanks of it, and on each hank are quite a few yards. There are 231 yards on each hank, so I have 462 yards of this to make something with. And you know, a hat and a cowl or a snood or something like that I could make with this. So beautiful and so comfortable. I might have to do that. I probably will just take it out and put it in my stash so I can look at it. When I put them back in the boxes, sometimes they get lost. I mean, they're up there, but I don't even know what's in the box. Also in the box was a winter mint and marshmallow lip balm, which I probably won't use. Let me get that up there where you can see it. More than likely, you'll give this to Mr. On the Hook. He might like to have that, so that'll probably go to Mr. On the Hook. But I wanted to quickly open that for you. I know Knitcrate, I've been a member for 2 or 3 years now. Really enjoy getting their yarns. I know it's kind of expensive, but this way I get to see different yarns and feel them, look at them, and I can decide if I want a sweater quantity or not. And it's really convenient for me because I do make a lot of sweaters. And if you make a lot of sweaters, you might want to try that. Or you just take the 2 hanks that they send you and make something beautiful from it. And they do give you some pattern suggestions and crochet and knit now, so it's really, really nice. It started out as only knit. It's Knitcrate, but they have added a crocheter's interest there as well. So the crochet patterns are usually very, very nice. They're not terribly difficult to make. They do give you options to make both types of creations from their yarn that they send you, the amount of yarn that they send you. So I really like Knitcrate, not sponsored, but you might try this. It's probably close to $30 a month, but you also get 2 beautiful high quality hanks of yarn with your order. So every month they send you something beautiful, and I really, really like Knitcrate. They've finally gotten back to using the boxes. I know they were in bags for a while, and I really like the fact that they're sending me boxes now. So thank you, Knitcrate, and that is the Knitcrate opening for this month. Now for the giveaway portion of my show. I know everybody loves the giveaways that I do because, you know, these are yarns that I actually bought and I can't use them for whatever reason. I can't use these yarns. I'm too busy, and I'm just going to give them away. And here I have 5 balls of Mellow Spun, which is Mary Maxim. I'll show you this through the plastic. This is Mary Maxim Mellow Spun in the taupe color, and I also have 4 balls of the cream color. I think that's the color of it, and this is what it looks like. Beautiful, beautiful yarn, and it's so soft. It's amazingly soft, and it's a DK weight. So I'm going to give that away today in our giveaway portion. Also, I'm giving away 3 skeins. Sorry, I'm giving away 4 skeins of Eversoft 270 yards on the skein, and this is the softest yarn you can imagine. It has, I believe it has some, no, it says 100% acrylic. 100% acrylic, but something they've done to it makes it so soft, and it's got a little bit of a halo on it. I can see a little bit of hairs standing up on that, but that's okay because some yarns have it and some yarns don't. But this was generously given to me by Doris at Rose Cottage Studio. So Doris, thank you so much. I'm giving this away to a subscriber today. It's 4 skeins of Eversoft by Premier Yarns. Very, very nice quality yarn, and the keyword for this was mist. That's the color of the yarn, and the keyword for the Mellow Spun was Mary. So first of all, we're going to give away the Mellow Spun. So let's do that giveaway first, to turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins the Mellow Spun by Mary Maxim. Here we are at the computer, and I have written the word Mary right there, and the URL for last Monday is up here. So let's find out how many comments we had with the word Mary, and Mary is for the Mellow Spun yarn. So we had 323 people sign up for this. Let's go over here and find out who wins the Mellow Spun yarn, and that would be Carla Thibodeau. Carla Thibodeau, she has written the word Mary right there. So Carla, you're the winner of the Mellow Spun yarn. Let's go over here and change that keyword. Here we go. Let's go up here and change the keyword to Mist, and that's M-I-S-T. Let's make sure that's right. Yes, Mist. And then let's find out how many people wrote the word mist in their comment, and that would be 309. So not everybody wanted that mist. I think it's great. I really love it. That is the Eversoft yarn by Premier. So let's find out who wins the Eversoft Premier yarn, and that would be Karen Ughawk, I'm not sure. Mist is right there in her comment. So Karen, you have won the Eversoft yarn. And if you didn't win either one of these, y'all keep looking, because I actually do a giveaway every Monday. So be sure you sign up for it, and the next Monday check in to be sure maybe you're the winner. You never know. So congratulations to our winners today. Okay, we're back at it, and I have some things that I want to give away today. Actually, I'll give them away next Monday, but we'll talk about them, and I'll tell you the keywords for each one of these, because they're not for everybody. Not everybody wants these particular items, so let's let the people who really want them sign up for them. This is It's a Wrap, and this was the generous, part of the generous box that Peg Chandler sent me. So this is Red Heart It's a Wrap. Oh my goodness. These are the most beautiful colors of pink. Look at that, pink and purple. Purple in the center and then pink. This is a fingering weight yarn. It's not for everybody. If you don't like fingering weight, you might not want to sign up for this. This is a super fine #1 yarn, and I have used this yarn before. This is very easy to use. It's a Red Heart product. It's in a cake. It's really easy to pull out of the center, not hard at all. And there are plenty of patterns on the Red Heart site that you can use to make for this. And I don't think I've ever even used a size 1 yarn for a pattern. If I did, I don't remember it. I think it might have been a size 2 I used for the Charlotte shawl, and it might even have been DK for all I know. But anyway, It's a Wrap, and it's not for everyone, but it is a beautiful yarn that will make a beautiful shawl called Romance. That's the color, and on the label that says free patterns, and it tells you where to find those on yarnspirations.com, which has bought Red Heart. So yarnspirations.com has the patterns for this, and if you want to sign up for this giveaway next Monday, I want you to write the word wrap, W-R-A-P, wrap, in your comments. So be sure to put that word in if you are interested in the It's a Wrap yarn for next week. Now, for all you quilters out there, I know there are a few, and I get this magazine and I always give it away when it comes in to someone who might be interested in reading the Quilters World magazine. This is the Spring 2022 magazine, so it's right up to date, and I wanted to show you one particular pattern in here. This is a quilt pattern for It's Spring coming up, and it's a beautiful pattern of tulips. Look at that. That looks like it might be doable for a beginner. I'm not really sure, but I really love the way that looks. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the purple, and it makes you think about spring coming up. Will it ever get here? I don't know. We're having a very cold winter this year. We don't usually have this cold of temperatures, but we're surviving. It's not that bad, and I can't complain about it being cold, because then it's going to be really nice and warm in the spring. Here is the project gallery for this particular magazine. There's some gorgeous patterns in here. They're all in the magazine. You don't have to order anything. They're actually in the magazine, so you can pick one out and use it, or you can just read about it and be inspired to make your own quilt. So if you want this Quilters World magazine, the key word is quilt, Q-U-I-L-T, quilt. So use that in your comment so you can be in the running for the Quilters World magazine next Monday. Again, thank you to Peg Chandler, who sent all the Crochet Surprise boxes to me to give away. I'm so excited because everybody loves the Crochet Surprise boxes, and I want you to write the word surprise in your comment if you're interested in this Crochet Surprise, S-U-R-P-R-I-S-E, surprise. Be sure to write that in your comment if you're interested in this. This is the Crochet Surprise from a few months ago, and this was the emoji pillows. I had so many people that wanted this particular box. This is called the emoji pillows, and you crochet those pillows. They're so cute for a kid's room or even for your couch if that's what you want to do with them. Pretty cute. So there are two emoji pillow patterns in here, and the yarn is Caron Simply Soft, so there's very soft touch. So you can make your pillows out of the Caron Simply Soft yarn, and there's several colors in here of this yarn that you use to make those emoji pillows. So that is the crochet surprise that was so graciously given to me by Peg Chandler. And Peg, I'm sorry I keep saying your name, but I'm so appreciative of that because our subscribers really love the crochet surprise boxes when they come out. All right, as I promised, I have an extra book. I bought 2 books. I'm keeping one for me because I might want to make something out of it some other time, but I'm giving this away to someone who might like to have the 12 Months of Crochet with Red Agape, and that is Mandy O'Sullivan's book full of beautiful patterns that were featured in the Crochet Calendar from last year. And this is published in 2018. It has those patterns in addition to some new ones too. I mean, I think there are a couple that aren't in here that were on the Crochet Calendar, but for the most part, this is the Crochet Calendar, and it had some extra photographs. She also writes in here about color, and it's a very interesting part of the book where she talks about color and how to put colors together. So this book is going to be given away next Monday, the 12 Months of Crochet with Red Agape, and if you're interested in that, you can write the word month, M-O-N-T-H, that's the word month, M-O-N-T-H, not S, don't put the S on there, M-O-N-T-H, and you will be in the running for this book. This is a hardcover book, hardbound book, very, very nice. I really like these books. You can put them in your library, and you can use out of them whenever you get ready. So this will be given away next Monday to the subscriber that writes the word month in her comment, and you'll be in the running for this beautiful gift that I'm giving away next Monday. I'm wrapping it up there. I will be back on Monday for sure. If I have the energy, I'll be back on Thursday, but more than likely it'll be Monday before I'm back. So be sure to watch the video all the way through and write those comment keywords if you are interested in the gifts that we're giving away next Monday. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like the video before you click away. And don't forget to sign up to be a subscriber and also to be a member of the community. Go down in the description box and click that link so that you are notified of all the patterns that come out, and you also get special offers and some special patterns that I send out every now and then to my community. So be sure you do that. I hope you have a great week. Join me next Monday when we find out what's on the hook.